Right now, an executive order from Governor Tony Evers casting doubt on the president's national emergency declaration for the southern border.
And the family of Bo Solomon, the UW student killed while studying abroad, reaches a settlement with the Italian university where he was studying.
Plus, new information about the deadly 131-car pileup in the Fox Valley. We'll hear from a local woman who was involved. That's straight ahead.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Governor Tony Evers has issued an executive order withdrawing the Wisconsin National Guard from assisting at the southwest border. Around 112 Wisconsin soldiers and airmen are currently serving in Arizona, where they have been deployed to assist with border security. They have been ordered there by the president. Governor Evers says there is no evidence of a national security crisis at the border. Therefore, there is no justification for the ongoing presence of Wisconsin National Guard personnel at the border. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says the governor's decision is based on political ideology, calling it another example of how he is catering to his Dane County liberal base and not doing what is best for the state and the country. Going on right now, the Madison School Board will be discussing a proposal tonight to add random metal detector screenings to all of its schools.
Our Amy Reed is live at the meeting downtown at the administrative building with a closer look. Amy?
Okay, thank you. Either way.
Right, and that's just one small part of what is going on here tonight. This actually just cleared up a minute ago, but there was a little bit of a traffic jam here at the table to sign up for public comment, and that's because a group of people from Freedom Inc. were there getting organized for a public comment period tonight where they want to address what happened at White Horse Middle School 2 weeks ago. That you might remember, that's when an 11-year-old girl was allegedly pushed by an older white man that was acting as principal that day. They're saying that this is a part of a larger system of white supremacy, and they are holding the school board responsible. So they're going to address that tonight. And then also on the agenda is this proposal to add some metal detectors to schools. They're going to be discussing that. And later on tonight at News 3 Now at 10, I'll show you how that proposal goes.
All right, Amy Reed live at tonight's school board meeting at the Doyle Building. Amy, thank you.
Officials are looking for a Huber inmate who wouldn't return to the jail last week. 39-year-old Jennifer Peterson was serving a 270-day sentence for theft. She was granted work release but did not return 4 days ago. There are active warrants for her arrest in Dodge County and the Department of Corrections. Her last known address is in Portage. If you know where she is, police want you to give them a call.
An oil burner is being blamed for an early morning fire near Watertown. It caused more than $1 million in damage. The 50 by 100 foot unit is on Froling Road, and the first calls came in just before 4:30. When crews got there, the fire was coming through the roof of the structure. Crews say heavy winds and low temperatures were also factors in their difficulty in extinguishing that fire. A 30-year-old teacher from Oshkosh is dead. 71 people are recovering from injuries after yesterday's crash on I-41 that involved some 131 vehicles.
Amanda Quintana spoke with two women who were in that crash and has more on what had to be a scary situation, Amanda.
Yes, definitely. In a press conference this afternoon, the Winnebago sheriff said this is the largest traffic crash in Wisconsin history. The interstate was shut down for more than 12 hours, busing people from about 500 vehicles. One deputy says it was one of the most complicated scenes he's ever witnessed, and it looked like a Hollywood movie set.
Last night was pretty emotional for us.
Nicole Adrian and Susan Bruger are finally back home in Platteville tonight after Nicole's birthday trip to Green Bay left them feeling lucky to be alive.
We came around a corner and it was just a total white wall of snow, like you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you.
Susan's car was one of 131 vehicles that collided in whiteout conditions on I-41 on Sunday. She was able to pull over when she saw the road was blocked with crashed cars, still knowing they were a sitting duck.
While we were on the phone with 911, that's when we got hit.
The two were pinned, boxed in by vehicles in every direction.
And the semi jackknifed and probably sent us 50 feet and everybody just kind of juggling around. You could tell we were jacked up in the air and there was a car that was underneath our rear end behind us.
Stuck there for more than an hour, needing the jaws of life to get them out.
When they removed those two vehicles and then came to my side of the door, a fireman had said, There's 2 people in here and they're still alive. And we figured the car looked bad. But that is probably a surreal moment that I'll probably never forget.
The winters that we've been having, it certainly isn't over yet.
State Trooper Chris Splinter says having that many crashes all at once is rare, but he's not surprised after seeing the recent weather conditions.
When we have the high winds and the snow that's blowing around, and when it gets so cold due to the wind chill of the wind blowing so hard, the ice just forms on the roadways and the salt can't work and start to melt that ice.
Nicole and Susan are shaken up, thinking of the 71 people injured and the 30-year-old teacher who was killed. Investigators believe he got out of his car, and especially after seeing their car this morning.
We knew that it was bad. We knew by every car that had hit us and where we were at that my vehicle was not going to look very good. We knew that we were very lucky to be able to walk away. The look on the fireman's face when we crawled out of that car.
Trooper Splinter says if you're in an accident, keep your seatbelt on and stay inside your car. The best thing to do in those whiteout conditions is to stay home. But if you are out, slow down and increase your following distance, but try not to stop on the road. Now, in Nicole and Susan's situation, it sounds like they really had nowhere else to go at that point, and it was just such a quick reaction.
Amanda Quintana reporting tonight. Amanda, thank you.
We've had all kinds of weather issues over the last, well, pretty much all season now, and a lot of ice out there too right now, Gary.
And the problem is with temperatures this cold, like the trooper said, salt really doesn't work on ice in this when the weather is this cold. So even a little bit of snow, like we're seeing right now on Doppler track, just on top of that ice makes the roads very slippery. And because of that, things can get slippery in a hurry. Even though right now visibilities are at or above 10 miles across all of southern Wisconsin, the snow not coming down very hard. But we do have alert days in the forecast for tomorrow and for Wednesday. For that light snow and flurries tomorrow with the very cold temperatures, the icy streets will continue. Then we could see some freezing drizzle mixing with the snow tomorrow night into Wednesday. Total snowfall from tonight through Wednesday, about 1 to 3 inches. The heavier totals near and north of Wisconsin Dells. But again, with the cold temperatures, it'll make the roads pretty slick in spots. Low temperature this morning, very cold, down to 0 here in Madison with wind chills down to about 20 to 25 below 0. High temperature officially hit 12 here in Madison. We've dropped back to 10 degrees right now. And by tomorrow, after the light snow of 1 to 3 inches, look for temperatures by tomorrow morning to be down to perhaps around 0 again with wind chills as cold as 15 below 0. Tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 18 with some off and on light snow showers and flurries. That's your News 3 Now First Alert weather.
Gary, thank you. The parents of a UW-Madison student who died in Rome studying abroad in 2016 have settled a lawsuit with the overseas John Cabot University. That's according to federal documents. UW-Madison has since stopped sending students to that university when they study abroad in Rome.
But for those who Bo Solomon left behind, there will never quite be any closure. Madeline O'Neill is back from Spring Green, where Bo went to high school.
Charlotte and Eric, we don't have details on this settlement, and the Solomon's attorney says he has no comment at this time. But the lawsuit claimed John Cabot University officials in Rome failed to adequately warn students about the danger of the surrounding areas after a homeless man allegedly pushed Bo into a river. Now, more than 2 years later, Bo's loss is still felt daily.
I don't ever want to forget. I don't ever want it to be a memory of, I want it to be just, I'm with him and he's with me at all times.
River Valley High School Principal Darby Blakely's office is full of memories.
This one's Leroy Butler.
But amidst signed footballs and photographs.
Oh, and that's Donald Driver, the white football is.
One display stands out.
It's the first thing I see when I come in and open my door. It's the last thing I see when I leave.
Bo Solomon.
And he just was one of those people that pulled you in.
A student football player, always good for a quick laugh.
You couldn't help but laugh with him.
And a long conversation.
There were always long conversations. I remember that with Bo. Like, there's no just, hey, how's it going? I'll catch you later.
Of course, they haven't caught up in a while.
You think it's going to get easier, but there's, I guess there's moments that I still just it'll last forever. You're just sitting there thinking about him and thinking about, what we could be doing right now, and missing those conversations.
Even after Bo's death studying abroad in Rome.
I think about him daily.
Darby is determined to keep the conversation going.
He's always around, and that's the thing, is his impact was so big. I wish he could, and I hope he can see the impact he made on so many.
He talks about Bo with current students and his own kids.
This is my son, Quincy, the one that actually asked about Bo.
Bo's number 5 even lives on through Darby's son.
He was He's actually wearing his number 5 jersey right there. His baseball jersey's number 5, basketball jersey's number 5. It's an important thing for him.
While no legal settlement can really bring closure.
And a young man lost his life way too early.
Here in this high school, Bo is more than just a memory.
He had a legacy he wanted to leave behind, and he did.
Now, in a statement today, UW-Madison says, quote, there is more attention and resources given to safety and security issues for UW-Madison students going abroad than at any time in the past. Students studying abroad in Rome no longer go to John Cabot University. Instead, UW has switched its affiliation to the nearby CIEE Open Campus. Now, not in response to this lawsuit, they say, but because it has better educational opportunities. Now, we'll have more from the UW statement on our website, too.
Madeline O'Neill reporting tonight. Maddie, thank you.
You're welcome.
Still ahead tonight, a scare on the Beltline this weekend.
Plus, a reminder from the city tonight to clear your sidewalks as we deal with all this excessive ice and snow. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. A man's car was hit with paintballs yesterday afternoon as he was driving down the Beltline. This was in the southbound lanes near Whitney Way around 12:45. The man says he heard multiple loud pops, and it was later determined that his rear passenger side window was hit by baby blue paintballs. Police believe they came from another vehicle.
After a couple of days of spring-like temperatures last week, we're back to the usual Wisconsin winter weather, and the combination has left many sidewalks icy. City of Madison regulations do not require sidewalks to be completely de-iced, but ice has to be sanded or salted to prevent it becoming dangerous to pedestrians, or you may face a fine.
If you missed your opportunity to clear your sidewalk when we had some warm weather, it's probably too late to clear it, but it's never too late to treat your sidewalk.
Madison provides free sand for residents to use on sidewalks at 14 sites across the city. For more information, visit channel3000.com. We have a potentially life-saving message for parents tonight.
An area family is crediting newborn screenings for keeping their baby alive. Maddie was born January 6th. Her parents say without the testing, they never would have known their daughter has a rare immune deficiency, meaning she could have been killed by the common cold. Now Maddie has to stay isolated in a hospital room as she awaits a life-saving transplant. While they hoped for a quick, easy birth, they know this is for the best.
What we were hoping for. Yep. 2 days and then send her home, but that didn't happen.
But luckily it didn't.
Madeline O'Neill will have more on what the newborn screening means for baby Maddie's family and all parents in the state coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Still ahead tonight, a small sign that summer is getting a little closer. The Brewers are back in action with their first televised game of the spring season. Highlights ahead in sports.
But first, the cold sticks around tonight, but there will be more accumulating snowfall by midweek. Your updated first alert forecast when News 3 Now at 6 returns. Gary's here now with a look at your forecast, and you just can't shake this cold.
No, we can't shake the cold. We get a little more snow. We get a little more cold. Then we get some ice. Then we get some more cold.
Yeah.
It sounds like a broken record. And it's like somebody flipped a switch in mid-January. You know, before that, it was just a very quiet winter. But more alert days in the forecast for tomorrow for light snow and flurries. That on top of the icy conditions that we already have will make roads slippery. We'll see maybe an inch or two of snow through tomorrow night, maybe an additional inch on Wednesday for a total of 1 to 3 inches. But tomorrow night into Wednesday, we could also see some freezing drizzle mix in with the snow as well. Now on Doppler track, we've seen little bands of snow showers and flurries move through. They haven't been very heavy. Even now, the radar is showing some snow. But as you take a look right now, there's no advisories in our area. Farther to the north, some advisories for some snow up toward the Eau Claire area. That's where the heavier snow will be, probably in the 2 to 5 inch range through that area, maybe some localized 4 or 5 inch amounts. But across much of southern Wisconsin, we're looking at about 1 to 3 inches with the 3 inch totals up toward the Dells and the 1 inch amounts down toward the Illinois state line, where the freezing drizzle will be a little more likely. A second storm system, this is snowfall that's expected from Friday afternoon through Friday night and into Saturday morning of about 2 to 5 inches through southern Wisconsin. Could be accompanied by strong winds on Saturday that not only will blow the snow around, but also lead to bitterly cold temperatures. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Not seeing any snow on the spotlights of the Capitol right now. Low this morning, 0. The high temperature, 12. Normals should be 35 and 18, so we're quite a distance from that. Right now we're 10 degrees, skies are mostly cloudy, winds out of the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour. Our wind chill is at 2 degrees above zero. A very energetic jet stream continues to bring storm system after storm system through. Fortunately, this next one, while it's more drawn out, is not as compact. We're not seeing a bigger dip in the jet stream to spin up a stronger storm, so we end up with a long area of clouds and some light off and on precipitation that goes all the way back into Wyoming and northern portions of Colorado. The main part of the low pressure system that's responsible for the storm is actually sitting down to the south in the Texas and Oklahoma panhandle. Fortunately, this will take a more southerly path. We'll be on the northern fringes of the storm system, but it'll be enough to bring us some light snow. And you can see those temperatures certainly cold enough for snow, single digits above and below zero to teens here. Then farther to the south, notice how the temperatures warm up. They're still below freezing even as far south as central Illinois. So the warm air aloft going over that cold air sets up some freezing drizzle chances as well. Farther to the south, look at these temperatures over southern Missouri and southern Kansas in the low to mid 50s. But look at the temperature contrast between Wichita, Kansas and Dodge City, about a 35-degree temperature contrast just over a few miles. And you see Wichita is 19 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. Dodge City 14 degrees colder. So that is a big contrast in temperatures. Look for some light snow or flurries overnight. Low temperature dropping to zero. Wind chills by morning, perhaps as cold as 15 below zero. Tomorrow's high temperature at 18, so very cold. Light snow chances will be highest in the afternoon. Quiet overnight, cloudy skies, some flurries, some light snow showers. Not amounting to very much. Better chances for snow tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night when there could be some freezing drizzle and temperatures hold nearly steady. We're in the 20s for high temperatures as we head into into Wednesday. Again, about 1 to 3 inches of snow accumulation, but the 10-day forecast, some more snow from Friday night into Saturday and then, early Saturday morning, and then after that, very cold temperatures below zero readings as we head into the early part of next week.
If you're sick of the snow and cold, how about some baseball? The Brewers are playing in sunny Arizona. The story is coming up in sports. You know, people say to me all the time, boy, you have a great job. Well, today I'd say yes. I had to closely watch a Brewers spring training baseball game on TV all afternoon so I could bring you all the pertinent highlights. Hey, that's my job. Brewers play the Los Angeles Angels. First batter of the game is new Brewer Corey Spangenberg, and he hits one deep to right, and that one is gone. His first homer of the spring, and just like that, the Brewers have a 1-0 lead, but the Angels come back. This is so spring training. Wilfredo Tovar hits a home run off John Olsak. We may never hear about those guys again, but we did in spring training today. Final score in Tempe, Angels 4, Brewers 3. The Badger women's basketball team has already started its game at Rutgers tonight. The Scarlet Knights are playing without head coach C. Vivian Stringer, who's taking the rest of the regular season off to recover from exhaustion. New AP men's basketball poll out today. Wisconsin is up 3 spots to 19th. There's a new number 1 as Gonzaga replaces Duke. Tony Bennett's Virginia club is second. Marquette is up 1 spot to 10th. Badger men have another road game tomorrow night. Wisconsin's at Indiana. That'll be an 8 o'clock start on ESPN. Wisconsin won a grinder at Northwestern Saturday night, 69-64. Expect another tough struggle at Indiana or anywhere else they play.
Winning at home, winning on the road, they're all big time games now. You know, at the end of February, early March, we're in the position we want to be in, and we just got to take care of our business, and we control our own destiny. So every game's big now.
We got to come in with the mentality that we're all that we got. Pretty much it's just us going into a hostile environment every time. We're not expecting to get calls or anything like that. So just having a Wisconsin mindset of being tough in every possession.
Both the Platteville men and Whitewater women's basketball teams have earned berths into the NCAA Division III tournament announced today. Platteville will travel to Rock Island, Illinois to face Capital University of Ohio in the first round. Whitewater goes to St. Louis to face Washington University in that first round. Both of those games will be played Friday. It's another big week for WIA state tournaments here in Madison. The state hockey tournament featuring the Verona boys and the Cap City Cougars girls begins Thursday at the Coliseum. Team wrestling with Stoughton and Fenimores at the UW Fieldhouse Friday. And in Wisconsin Rapids is the state girls gymnastics meet beginning Friday. Boys basketball tournament series begins tomorrow night. We'll have the River Valley at Lodi Division III game on our Prep Mania game of the week. John Boyle and I bring you the Blackhawks and the Blue Devils tomorrow night live on channel3000.com at 7. Do you see this? Notre Dame at Minnesota hockey. At the bottom of the screen, Notre Dame's Jake Pavelka checks Minnesota's Brandon McManus, and it shatters the plexiglass. A couple of cool replays. You can really see it. They had to stop the game for 10 minutes while they picked up the glass and replaced the glass. No one was injured. Minnesota won the game 2-1. And there's a delay in this baseball game. Jacksonville University and Jacksonville State. Wonder what it is. Well, here's a clue. That eagle swooping around the field. Turns out an osprey caught a fish but dropped it while flying over the field, and that eagle thought he'd get a free meal out of it. The baseball players wanted no part of it, battling the eagle, so some guy had to come out and get the fish off the field. Never get between an eagle and its food source. That's today's lesson.
Strange happenings. All right, final check of the forecast.
Temperatures on the cold side, and it's going to snow some more. We've got some light snow out there right now, but you take a look at pinpoint visibilities. They're at or above 10 miles, so we're just talking about flurries right now for the snow that is reaching the ground. But temperatures only around 10, some cases in the single digits. Salt just doesn't really work when temperatures are that cold. About 1 to 3 inches of snow from tonight through tomorrow night, and into Wednesday. Heaviest amounts up toward the Dells. Then there's a 10-day forecast, another round of snow, chance of snow Thursday, but a round of snow from Friday afternoon into Friday night, and then much colder weather, below zero weather by the weekend.
All right. Yeah. Exactly what we're all thinking. Thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.